And so this book kind of marries many of the things that I enjoy just in general into one book. Today, I want to be talking about an interesting, different kind of book. I would like to talk about the book Strange Houses by, I think you say Uketsu, a Japanese internet personality, but also an author. I wanted to share this book because I do think that it's fun to share some interesting books instead of just the whatever's new with the upcoming new releases, even though I do think this came out relatively recently, but I digress. Something about me is I actually really, really love Japanese literature. I enjoy it quite a bit. Mostly I can only enjoy them in its translated form because I do not read Japanese. However, one of my goals in life is to read one book in Japanese. I have a few. Here's another side tangent. I have Twilight in Japanese, so maybe one day I'll read Twilight, but maybe not. I'll have to start with juvenile fiction first, just because it's a whole new language. I think you get it. But yeah, reading Japanese juvenile literature is a long-term goal. I'm working towards it every single day, but yes, alas. So let's talk about Strange Houses. Firstly, let's talk about what the book is even about, but look at this cover. That was the thing that drew me in first, was the interesting sort of layout of a floor plan of a house on the front. Interesting. And it also says a chilling Japanese mystery sensation. Okay. Those are all the words I like in one sentence. So I'm going to read it. But I'll just read from the inside. It says, when a writer fascinated by the macabre is approached by an acquaintance, he finds himself investigating an eerie house for sale in Tokyo. The building, with its bright and spacious interior, seems like a perfect first home, but upon closer inspection, its floor plan reveals a mysterious dead space hidden between the walls. Seeking a second opinion, the writer shares the layouts with his friend Kurihara, an architect, only to discover more unnerving details throughout. As you can see, all throughout the book, there'll be sort of these floor plans that the author will ask his friend about, but he'll also ask you as the reader. And I kind of like that idea of like you're kind of discovering the mystery as well. You're reading, what's wrong with this floor plan? Why is it so strange? I really like that. I feel like it's a unique way to tell a story through floor plans, because I also love like the civil engineering aspect, architectural side of it. And so this book kind of marries many of the things that I enjoy just in general into one book. I actually did see this book in a bookstore just on the shelf like this, and I usually don't buy books like that, but I'm so glad I bought this one because it was also in a local bookstore, not like a Barnes & Noble or a Half Price Books or anything like that. Ultimately though, even though there were some aspects, and I do think it's unique and it's interestingly told, I don't think it hit the ending as well, but I do think that the experience of reading the book was enough for me to share it with more people. I don't think books need to be an amazing even at the end. I think the experience of reading it can be just enough to recommend it. I don't know. That's just me. Another thing about this one, and sometimes translated works in general, is that because it's translated from its native language, the language can sound a bit stiff, or professional is like a weird way to describe it. It seems just stiff. I don't know how else to describe it. It just seems unnatural, like people don't speak in that way, but that's probably just a translation thing, and so it's not too big a deal. I think this is actually the author's second book. The first one was Strange Pictures, which I'm definitely going to pick up because people said they liked that one better than this one. So yeah, I hope he or whoever it is behind the mask, you can see him there, whoever's behind the mask, keep writing these thrillers.